Hi, dear students. So today we are here to discuss about the scientific management. So last video we have discussed about the principles of management, principles of management, significance of principles of management. So today we will discuss here about the scientific management. So as we know, scientific management is being propounded by Frederick Winslow Taylor. In short form, we call him as a FWD Taylor. So before going to discuss the principles of scientific management, let us know about something regarding FWD Taylor, about his life history. He was born in March 20, 1856 in USA. He was a by profession mechanical engineer. He has worked in different organizations as a mechanical engineer, as an executive. Then he also become the professor of Tuck School of Business. Then differently in different organizations he have worked and come in contact with the world of management. So Taylor, by profession, though he was a mechanical engineer, he has a great contribution to the world of management by his different articles, books, and management theories, etc. So lastly, he was died in 1915 by due to pneumonia, and he lived a very short life, and but has a great contribution in the world of management. So first of all, let us know what do you mean by the scientific management. So managements and scientific managements. As we know, general management has been propounded by Henry Fayol, who is said to be as the father of general management, but Frederick Winslow Taylor is considered to be as the father of scientific management. Now, scientific management means what? It is very much similar, having some difference regarding the scientificness in managements. So Taylor has worked a lot to bring the scientificness in the management. So according to him, he has given a definition, that is, scientific management means knowing exactly what your man wants to do and look after that they do it in a best and a cheapest way. So this is the simple definition he has given by uh, given regarding the scientific managements. Means what he has said, that scientific management is nothing but to see or to look after what your mens do and seeing them that they do it in a best and a cheapest way, and they also do what you want to do. So that is the meaning of scientific management. Moreover, scientific management refers to the use of scientific tools and standardized tools, experienced worker uh, in the business activities in order to achieve the total production with minimum cost and wastage. So bringing the science into the managements, the main aim is to just maximize the output and minimize the wastage and cost. So this is the main theme regarding the scientific managements. So similarly, he has given some of the principle that as a manager how you can bring the scientificness in your managements activities. So though he was the father of scientific management, Taylor has given some of the principle by which you can bring the scientificness in your management. So number one, you can see science, not the rule of thumb. Number two, harmony, not discord. Mental revelation, cooperation, not individualism. Development of each and every individual to his or her greatest efficiency and prosperity. So that means what? Number one, you see here use some of the terms that is called not, you can see. So by scientific management he tells us that what to do and what not to do. So number one, science, not the rule of thumb. This principle signifies that you bring the scientificness in your management's activities. That means cause and effect relationship, not the blunderness. That means not rule of thumb. That means you should not blindly do any activities without knowing the effect or without knowing the cause. So that is the first principle he has propounded, that bring scientific cause and relationship or cause and effects, by which you can realize that if you do this way, then what will be the outcome, or if you do that way, then what will be the outcome. So knowing the things, then you should do the work, not simply by means leaving the arrow in a air. That is the meaning. आपको सोच समझ के काम करना चाहिए, साइंटिफिकली आपको कॉज एंड इफेक्ट्स को रिलेटेड करके करना चाहिए, ना कि आप मतलब अंगूठा छाप के जैसे, मतलब अनपढ़ गवाड़ के जैसे, जो पहले कुछ उनको पढ़ाई लिखाई नहीं आता है, सिंपली वो अंगूठा लगा देते थे। तो वो नहीं करना चाहिए हम लोगों को उसके इस प्रिंसिपल के अनुसार. So that is the meaning of science, not the rule of thumb. Number 2, harmony, not discord. So these principles also signifies that आपको मिलजुल के रहना है, एक साथ में काम करना है, आपको आपके बीच में शांति, एकता, यूनिटी होना चाहिए, ना कि डिस्कॉर्ड. डिस्कॉर्ड का मीनिंग है कि झगड़ा, फसाद, रोकना टोकना, ये सब नहीं होना चाहिए. सो दूसरा प्रिंसिपल्स के द्वारा एक मैनेजर को ये करना चाहिए कि कैसे हम मैनेजमेंट को, हर आदमी को साथ लेके चले, हर किसी का जो काम है उसका मतलब गुरुत्व को समझे, उसका मान को समझे, और हम मिल के काम कैसे करें. एक एनवायरनमेंट ऐसा क्रिएट करना चाहिए ताकि सबका इम्पोर्टेंस ज़रूरी है. नंबर 3, मेंटल रिवोल्यूशन. सो दिस मीन्स व्हाट, प्रीवियसली पास्ट में क्या होता था, मैनेजर्स लोग वर्कर्स को ह्यूमन बींग्स की तरह ट्रीट नहीं करते थे. दे आर ट्रीटिंग लाइक ए मशीन्स. सो यू कम फॉर वर्क, यू डू वर्क, यू नीड नॉट टू से एनी प्रॉब्लम्स. सो पहले ऐसा होता था कि पहले का जो मानसिकता था मैनेजर्स लोगों का, वो ऐसा था कि आप काम करने आए हो, काम करो, आपका प्रॉब्लम क्या है वो आपका प्रॉब्लम है, हमको वो सुनना नहीं है. बट इन द लेटेस्ट वर्ल्ड ऑफ मैनेजमेंट, this mental revolution means the attitudes, the thinking procedure of the management has been changed. Now the managers do consider whatever the problems, whatever the whatever the qualities that have been have in their workforce. That is why they are trying to motivate the people, those who are working in the organizations. And by these principles, the changing attitude of the managers towards the workforce or towards the superiors, subordinates, are being changed. So this is the main aim of this third principle called mental revolution. Fourth one is cooperation, not individualism. That means what, in managements you, or in organizations, you cannot means do any work singly or individually. There must be a cooperation among the people, those who are working in the organizations. That means you have to work by group, not by singly. You must have a coordination among all the departments, among all the levels of the management. So that is the meaning of cooperation, not individualism. You will not gain, or you will be not fulfilling your objectives or overall objectives by doing work efficiently by a single department. Say for example, if a sales department want to increase their sale, then it is also the duty of the purchase department and the production department to produce the goods according to the demand of the customer, so that the sales department can sell their or achieve their target. And the last one is development of each and every person to his or her greatest efficiency and prosperity. That means what, these principles of scientific management signify that the people, those who are in the organizations, they must be look after their quality, they must look after their ability to do the work, and by this only the management should try to motivate those people and do bring the best out of them. So every efficiency of organizations also depends upon the skill and capabilities of its employees to a great extent. किसी भी एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस का एफिशिएंसी और कैपेबिलिटी डिपेंड होता है अपने एम्प्लॉइज़ पर, और ये चीज़ क्या करता है, एंड दिस विल ओनली provide by way, how by providing training to the workers and considered essentials in order to learn the best method of doing the works. So it is the duty of the management to provide the good quality of training to the employees or to the workers, so that they can achieve the latest way of doing the works, techniques of doing the works, and they develop their qualities, and develop their working capacities, capabilities. And this will only possible whenever you are bringing the scientificness while doing your activities, scientifically selecting the workers, scientifically providing the training, scientifically making the placement. So if anyone is selected for for a accountant, he must be put for the work of the accountant only, not in any other works. So that is the meaning of providing, and this will help the employees to gather their motivations and do the better for their organizations. I hope so. These are the some 5 principles given by the Taylor, by which you can bring the scientificness in your managements as a manager. So next class we will discuss about the techniques of scientific managements, and for today this much that we have discussed. Thank you.